On the edge. To catch me if I fall.
Harrison is a young music producer based in his hometown of Toronto, Ontario. Now in his early 20s, Harrison first turned heads when he began uploading sample-based songs to SoundCloud while he was just in his teens. He has evolved into one of Toronto's most prolific producers, crafting his own original electronic, hip-hop, R&B, and pop sound that has won him legions of fans and peers. In 2016, Last Gang released his debut LP, Checkpoint Titanium, which Harrison continues to tour behind when now working hard on a new follow-up. I was invited into his Toronto home recently, where we discussed his hometown and musical awakenings, his love for Netflix and video games, why he doesn't sing or rap over his own music, his special guest vocalists and whom he'd love to work with in the future, and much more. Sponsored by Pizza Trocadero, The Bookshelf, Planet Bean Coffee, and Granddad's Donuts, this is Harrison on the 338th episode of Creative Control with your host, me, Vish Khanna. Harrison, thanks for having me in your home.
No problem. Thanks for coming.
It's lovely. This place is awesome.
Yeah, it is really awesome, but I gotta move soon.
You have to move?
Sure, I'm sure. Well, I'm just trying to. I feel bad, you know. It's not. This is my parents' house.
You live at your parents' house.
Yeah.
We're in like the East End of Toronto.
Yeah.
And you feel bad that you live at your parents' house.
Well, I mean, like, I don't feel bad. I just I'm finally like making enough money. I don't have to be here. I don't want to milk that, you know what I mean?
Well, you should be saving your money.
I should be. And Toronto's so expensive.
We're at the front end of your house. Like, we're on the second floor, and outside of your window, beautiful green space, a park.
Yeah, it's good for my dog.
It's amazing. Oh yeah, but that's right. Your dog loves the. I would never leave here if I were you. You're what? You're going to be 22 this summer?
I just turned 22.
You just turned 22
last week.
Happy birthday!
Oh no, last month. Sorry, 26th. I'm sorry, 26th of June.
Oh, happy birthday!
Thanks.
Yeah. How was your birthday?
It was good. I just watched House of Cards with my girlfriend.
Oh, the TV show.
Yeah, the Netflix one.
The latest season?
No, because I just started it.
Oh, you just started it?
Yeah.
Oh, my wife and I just finished the latest season.
Oh, nice.
Like around the time of your birthday, I think we finished the latest season, and man, that is a tough show. I
never saw it. It was one of those things. It's one of those things. I'm so extra when it comes to that. Like, I won't watch Game of Thrones until it's like done. I like watching shows so I can binge watch and then not have to wait for another season. Because then I'll mess up and forgot that I watched a show or something.
Right.
Like a lot of Netflix shows are like that. They have all these new Netflix originals. Then I watch a season and I'm like, that was amazing. But then there's so much else to watch. But I want to binge watch
you want to have the option to watch the whole thing.
Exactly.
And feel like you're not going to be left hanging.
Exactly. I don't want it. Thank you. I don't want to be left hanging.
That's a thing that's... do you think it's healthy, binge watching? Like, that's a relatively new phenomenon.
Definitely not. It's definitely not healthy at all. I used to, when I was younger and I used to watch Dragon Ball Z, it was like every night I was left, because it was pretty much every night.
What was that show? I don't know that. What is
Dragon
that?
Ball Z? You know Dragon Ball Z.
I don't think so. What is that?
It's an anime, but it was a very... it was a very like popular anime everywhere, but in North America, it was like kids. That was like the first anime show I was introduced to.
So wait a minute, how old were you when you watched Dragon Ball Z?
Like 12.
12, and you just turned. What'd you say?
22. Yeah.
So when you were 12, I was 29. So there's a chance we might have a generation gap as this conversation. You're like, yeah, I haven't seen Dragon Ball Z. I didn't even know what that was. So that's the kind of conversation we're going to have, is just trying to find a meeting ground, common ground.
We can talk about music, then.
No, we don't even have to just talk about music. This Dragon Ball Z. So is this a show you would recommend I watch, or is it?
I don't know if you're into that. If you're into like
anime,
action anime.
Yeah, I kind of am, but
maybe
I'm not.
we should start with something.
You know what? I'll be honest with you. I'm not. I mean, if I was, I would have seen Dragon Ball Z. That's what I'm saying. Like, obviously, I'm not, because I haven't seen a show that you were like, what? You haven't seen the most popular version of the thing?
What about those new animes that came out that you might like? Because Dragon Ball Z is, I watched when I was 12, and it was for people around that age.
Around for 12 years.
to like 14.
Well, I got kids.
Yeah.
So they watch stuff. My son in particular, he's only 5, but he watches stuff. And so then I watch the new cartoons with him, just to make sure they're okay.
There's some of the cartoons that do a good job of having jokes in there for like parents.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
I've talked about this on the show a bunch of times. I'm actively, I kind of shelved it. I need to get back to it. I was working on a documentary about this.
Okay.
About how there's lots of kids programming that is geared towards, or not geared towards parents, but at least keeps parents in mind.
Yeah, totally. It's like they're gonna be watching it with their kids.
Yeah,
they want to laugh at it or something.
Yeah, exactly.
If they enjoy it, they'll recommend it to other parents. They'll be like,
there can be a lot of tedious kids programming.
Yeah.
Like, did you watch Dragon Ball Z with your parents? Or
No. It was like me and my brother.
Okay.
I think actually my dad's almost 60. He still watches anime.
He still watches anime.
He loves anime.
I must be missing out. I've seen it. Like, I'm not like totally oblivious, but there's just certain parts of things that I didn't get into,
Well, what about not anime related? What sort of you said you like House of Cards? What's another show that you like?
Like all time favorite show?
Just any show.
Well, you mentioned Game of Thrones, so
Game of Thrones.
I just ordered HBO for the summer basically,
tight.
so
Cool.
I can watch. Well, I had to renegotiate I still have cable. Do you have cable?
I don't think so. I haven't been on. No,
you don't have a regular TV.
No, we just use Netflix.
Netflix, yeah. So we still, I don't know why, we have a package. So we have
word.
the internet and the phone. No, it's another company.
Oh, word.
And I don't want to plug the company on my show. So I have another company's cabbage. I renegotiated it. Did I say cabbage? I meant to say package. Anyway, I have this other thing, and I got HBO, so we could watch Game of Thrones.
Yeah, HBO, man.
Yeah, so HBO, it's kind of fun. I watched the Defiant Ones. Have you seen that documentary?
No.
Do you know about it?
No.
It's the documentary about Dr. Dre and Jimmy Iovine.
Oh, word. Okay, yeah, sorry.
Everyone's been talking about it.
That, yeah.
It just came out like a couple weeks ago.
I love music documentaries.
There's a lot of documentaries now.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Like a lot.
People love documentaries.
I know, but it's really interesting as we live in an age where people don't trust facts and information.
Yeah.
It's impossible not to live your life without being confronted with a new documentary.
Exactly.
And then people all talk about the documentary for a while.
But the funniest part about documentaries, in my opinion, is like half the time there's such an extreme take on their side, right? You know what I mean?
Sure.
Like a lot of the time there is, right? So I just like seeing documentaries and being like, don't eat meat. Or then seeing a documentary and being like, you need meat in your body.
You like to watch both documentaries.
Yeah, I want to see both sides and
right.
see what's going on.
It's a lot of effort.
Because they put a lot of work into them.
Right.
So they do a lot of research to make there's a lot of money that goes in that too. So
we talked about binge watching and the culture now. I mean, and we've talked about the fact that you and I have a bit of a generation gap, age gap. So, I mean, you got into the public sphere because the internet lets you post your songs online?
Yeah, that was it. Easy peasy with SoundCloud.
You used to be a SoundCloud guy. You hear SoundCloud's having trouble now.
So yeah, it is apparently. I think it's fine now, but they said they were going to shut down. I don't know. I owe a lot to SoundCloud. Dude.
Yeah, you do. Right?
I owe a lot.
What's your relationship with SoundCloud?
When I was, I think I posted my first song on SoundCloud when I was 16.
16 years old. So you set up a SoundCloud account and you just post a song, and what happens? What happens to your song?
It sits there until people see it.
No, but I mean that's what most people do. What happened to you? Why when you say you owe SoundCloud a lot? What happened?
Oh well, because I got noticed on SoundCloud. Traffic went through my SoundCloud,
right?
And that was just like the only platform that traffic was really going through. So to get I didn't put my music on YouTube really or any of that stuff, and
And you
They
were
said they
doing
got a record
was it
deal.
your music, or were you doing other people's?
I was just posting my music. On
You were
SoundCloud.
posting your own songs.
Just like
Okay.
and like at that when I was that age, and like I started to learn how to make music around that time. I just started posting music like every week. Sometimes I'd post it like 3 days in a row.
Right.
'Cause I was making so much music. I can't make music that at that same pace anymore.
You're 16 years old
When I was
you first started
yeah,
posting.
yeah, and that's
you
all
were-
I wanted to do was make.
You were a prolific 16-year-old.
Yeah, I was
Just constantly posting.
And I was sampling a lot too, so it was easier.
You were sampling
Yeah.
more. That's
So
what
it's
I.
just like
Yeah.
making beats and stuff. So I'd have so much music on it. Like I went back and looked at my stats, and like it's like you have this many plays, and they'll show the deleted tracks. You have all these plays from deleted tracks.
What does that mean?
Like it would show all my overall plays
Mm-hmm.
on SoundCloud, but it also showed songs that had been deleted off my SoundCloud from when I was younger.
That you deleted?
Yeah,
Oh,
I
see.
didn't leave them all up.
Oh,
at
I
all.
see.
I
Because
only
you're
had,
like some of them. I don't really feel them anymore.
because
Yeah.
there's so much, and like it was just they didn't need to be there. Some of them were just sort of half-assed.
Right.
Yeah, and I had like I've deleted like 100 things.
100?
Yeah, I used to put up like a lot of music.
Huh.
Yeah.
So maybe the binge watching thing is connected somehow to that.
Yeah.
Maybe you just think that because your cultural experience is just like being inundated with a lot of stuff all
Yeah.
the time, and you're kind of like you've chosen to process it. As a creator, you felt like people should be binge listening to
Yeah,
your stuff.
back in the day at least.
What
Back in
happened?
the
Why?
day.
What changed your mind?
Because I'd rather not. Well, I just mean because it's not good. Listening to music that way made me like music less for a period of time.
Did you used to listen that way? Like if you followed,
Just flying through music.
you would
dude.
follow people on SoundCloud and other, mostly SoundCloud?
Yeah, SoundCloud. And like, but I'd listen to so much music because there's so much music on SoundCloud. I'm like, and it just like started to piss me off because I'm like, out of like every 100 tracks, I'd find something I like sort of like, and I'm like, what the hell? Like this isn't how I should be listening to music. You know what I mean? Like I like trying to sit down and listen to it, but look for songs you really like.
That's weird because by the same token, you feel like you should be watching, you like to binge watch shows. It's almost the same thing, different cultural expression,
Yeah, but I mean,
different production value, different senses, I guess.
true.
You got to watch and listen and engage, but you prefer, you say, to be inundated with content when it comes to TV stuff and
Yes,
shows.
there's a
But as
bit.
a music fan and a music creator, you've determined it's not healthy. What's the difference between the two things?
Maybe if I was in the film industry,
Yeah.
it would be vice versa.
Would it be?
Reverse. I think so because I make it. I know what goes into. I don't know all the things that go into making film, so that's why I can watch. Like, sorry about that.
No, that's
why I
okay.
can watch like Brooklyn. Have you seen Brooklyn Nine-Nine?
Of course.
Okay,
the show,
you like
the
that?
TV
There we
show.
go.
Yeah,
We found a
Sorry, I don't mean to
medium
say of
ground.
course. Obviously, I hadn't watched all your anime stuff, so who knows? Who knows about me? Who knows what I've seen?
But
yeah,
I can see Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and like I don't know what goes into making that show. All I know is this show's hilarious.
Right.
I'm gonna watch this every night before I go to bed, which I've been doing lately because I'm like, fuck, this show's hilarious. It's so good to sorry for swearing. It's
no,
so
you
good
can
to,
swear. It's fine.
It's so good to fall asleep to, or like, laugh at before I go to bed. But yeah, again, I don't know what goes into making that.
I see. So the fact that you aren't familiar with the creative process makes it seem more foreign
Yeah.
and more interesting.
Yes, fully. Fully. That's it. I mean,
You hear a song and you're like, you know exactly what that person was probably thinking.
exactly. Well, that's a thing. It's like when I read something today, I think it was just a tweet that someone said, I had more fun when I didn't know what I was doing. I had more fun making music when I didn't know what I was doing. I was like, oh shit. Like that's a sad reality.
Whose tweet was that? Do you remember?
I don't remember.
No. Okay.
No.
But you can relate to that. Huh. It's like, yeah, it's like knowing what's in the soup or whatever. I don't know what the expression is, but it's like, yeah, you just know. When you know too much, it spoils it.
Yeah.
It humanizes it and deromanticizes it.
Yeah, there you go. Exactly. But that's not like it's true. I can relate to that, but at the same time, there's pros and cons because I'm excited to like know what I'm doing as well.
Yeah.
To like, and sometimes it's extremely helpful. But there's like a magic and like happy mistakes and figuring out things as you go when
Yeah.
you first start making music.
Yeah, so you talked you mentioned that you were 16 when you started posting your songs online. Can you talk a little bit about how you got into making music and like did you
Yeah,
learn
sure.
from
I learned
YouTube and stuff?
Yeah, a lot of it was YouTube, but that was like sort of later. It sounds like I'm farting when it's a chair.
No, it's fine. I was going to say something, but maybe you should go to a doctor. Maybe your chair should go to the doctor.
Exactly. It's a
It's
nice
got a
chair. You
gas
know, this is a
problem.
birthday present like 2 years ago.
That chair
Like
is
a
a
family
birthday-
friend. Yeah, he's like, I got this.
looks like
chair.
it's a for those who obviously no one can see this, but it's like a yeah no it's like it looks like a comfy chair. It's like an old it has an old fashioned vibe to it. It's a high back. How would you describe this fabric?
I don't know, salt and pepper, like gray. It sort of looks like 90s, maybe like
Yeah, it looks like
Early 90s?
yeah, exactly. It looks like something a psychiatrist in the 90s on a sitcom would have.
Yeah, it looks like a Seinfeld chair, sort of.
A Seinfeld chair.
Not in his house, but at like if Seinfeld or George visited a psychiatrist,
Yes.
they'd be in this chair.
Yes, or I was thinking of Growing Pains, the show Growing Pains,
I haven't
which
seen Growing Pains.
well, Alan Thicke, who just passed away last year, Canadian actor and musician.
Oh, yeah.
He was the dad on the show Growing Pains with Kirk Cameron and
Word.
Tracy Gold, and I know
Sure.
who was the woman? I can't think of. Oh, Joanna Kearns. Wow, I know a lot about Growing Pains. And anyway, he played a psychiatrist who worked from home.
Oh, word.
Yeah, he had a little home office.
Maybe this is the chair.
There's a weird thing with the sitcoms where Bill Cosby, we can't really talk about Bill Cosby
Yeah.
anymore because he turns out he's a terrible, terrible guy. But he was an OBGYN from his home. His office was in his house. And then Jason Seaver on Growing Pains, office in his house. It's just like, it's a weird thing. Like all these sort of 80s and 90s shows, 80s primarily, everyone would just work from home. All these doctors worked from home. It didn't make
It's the
any
last
sense.
place I think anyone would work from home. In the
If you're a
80s.
doctor, I just didn't understand why you would want. It kind of makes sense, but I also thought it was, in retrospect, it's weird. I mean, obviously it was like a set design thing or something, but what are all these? What OBGYN does it from his house? That doesn't make any sense. Man, Bill Cosby's a shady dude. Having these people come to his house. Anyway, sorry, I digressed a little bit. You were talking about music making.
Yeah.
And learning online.
Well, I learned from my friend Seamus was making dubstep when we were really young. Like that was the first thing he started making because he was in a band. He's still in a band.
What's the band?
It was a math rock band called Shipley Hollow. They're not together anymore, but he does his own thing now. Well, he's always been doing.
He's
own
on
thing.
the latest record.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, he is. Yeah, because he's honestly, Seamus is one of the best musicians I know, but like just can't record music because he doesn't have a computer.
Oh,
Yeah, so he does all this analog stuff, but can't record it into a computer.
well, okay. What does he play?
He piano, drums, bass, everything.
So he records it in analog. Like he does record
He
it.
does it like through looping pedals, but he can't really record it in right now.
Oh,
Yeah, but sorry, I'm flying all over the place.
No, it's
when
fine.
we were 16, he had a PC laptop, and we learned on something called Reason. And he was making dubstep, and he showed me how to use Reason.
yeah.
This program that was a nightmare. I hated it.
Was it
But
free?
I
Like
loved
a
it.
free software or something?
It was free if you figured out how to get
Get
for
it right,
free.
sure. But it was. What was it the equivalent to now? Like, was it like a really
people still use Reason actually.
okay
Um,
low end Audacity, like a Audacity
it's like,
or something?
yeah. Like it's just a dot, a dot like Audacity, but
Yeah.
just way more than Audacity.
Yeah.
Audacity's free, right?
Right.
So like with it being free, there's not going to be a lot that comes with it.
Yeah, sure.
So I use Ableton now, but I started on Reason.
Okay.
Um,
And you just learned on your own?
yeah, I learned. He taught me a lot. He taught me a lot how to use the software, and then if there's something I wanted to know, I just YouTube it.
It's weird. We were just talking about Dr. Cliff Huxtable and Jason Seaver. You also work from your home
Yeah,
in one of these chairs.
exactly.
So maybe if you work from home, you have to have one of these chairs.
Exactly. I think it might be the chair
It could be the chair.
because I work from home more than I used to since I got the chair.
Huh. Huh. Okay. So pretty soon you're going to have customers. You must have customers, clients, so to speak, coming into your home office, right?
A lot of people do come.
Yeah, right. Okay. So, and is this the space we're in your home? Is this where you were born and like were you raised in this home?
No, I was raised lower in the beaches.
Okay,
actually.
okay. So all that stuff happened in a different place.
No.
Like the learning, I mean.
No, the learning actually did happen around here.
Around
like,
here.
When we were doing that, I was basically staying with Seamus.
Oh.
Because I was in high school, and it was very convenient to get to my high school from where he lived. So I just like basically sleep at his house like all during the week, and just the streetcar was right outside of his door.
Oh,
Literally,
I see.
he lived on Queen, on top of a bar. So I just would take it.
Okay, so you would stay there
Mm-hmm.
and do a lot of this work there. So you two are true collaborators.
Yeah, no, he's my best friend.
He's your best friend.
And we like, make a lot of music. And like, because he lives in Hamilton now.
Oh, okay.
He just moved to Hamilton.
Wait, what's his last name?
Hamilton.
This is confusing.
Is it?
Seamus Hamilton lives in Hamilton?
Yeah, Seamus Hamilton lives in Hamilton.
That is
Yeah, 'cause
amazing.
They bought a house because people can afford houses in Hamilton.
Yeah, Hamilton's nice. I have a donut sponsorship based in Hamilton now.
What?
Have you been to Granddad's Donuts in Hamilton? I'll give him a plug right
he's
now.
straight up down the street from this donut
Has he
place.
been to
Yeah,
Granddad's?
I've been to his house one time.
Did you have a walnut crunch?
No,
Or orange twist? What'd you have? I'm just curious about
I
the...
think I actually got an apple fritter, dude.
Oh, those are good.
Yeah,
They're
it's
good
fire.
there.
We got
They're-
a bunch, but I was like, I wasn't paying attention. They were good donuts,
I love that place.
but I wasn't.
I
paying
love it so
attention.
much I got them to sponsor my show. They give me free donuts.
That's
now.
fire.
It's great.
It's a fire. Where the hell are the donuts?
I
bro?
didn't bring them with. I didn't stop in Hamilton on my way to your house. But that's amazing. So Seamus Hamilton lives in Hamilton near the Granddad's Donuts.
Yeah.
Find 574 King Street North, I believe. No,
Nice.
James Street North. I hope I have any. I have it written down somewhere. Anyway,
Get up those-
fine donut establishment. And so he's in Hamilton, and you guys came up together, basically.
Yeah,
Learning how
yeah.
to do stuff.
Freaking yeah, Seamus. But like he had that's the thing. He didn't have a lot of time to like focus on he's finally focusing on his solo stuff because he has time. He was in this math rock band. I swear to God, these guys played like 3 times a week.
Oh,
I'm definitely over
Shipley
exaggerating,
Hall?
but Shipley Hollow. Yeah.
Hollow.
Yeah.
Huh. I have a bit of a math... Well, you're younger than me, but I have a math rocky background. And
Nice.
I just don't know that band.
Word, dude. You got. I want to show them to you.
Okay.
Well, their old stuff at least.
Yeah.
I think they're sick.
Right. So but you did not get into the math rock, did you?
No, I couldn't play instruments.
You
when I was
couldn't.
younger. You know, when I started like, dude, I started like when I was making music, I was just sampling everything.
So
I was
before-
making edits.
You were editing.
Yeah, so
you
I
were
focused a lot on drums and stuff. Like I got into funk and all that. And then I started like practicing the piano again when I was like 18.
Okay.
So like 2 years after I started.
So before we get back, I want to let's bookmark this or something. I don't know. That's not how people talk in real life. Why did you get into music? Like, what compelled you to actually be interested in music?
It was a lot of things, but like, I think at that time it was just like I was having like a shitty time in high school, like just regular boring high school stuff.
Angst.
Angst, yeah, that was it. It was just angst.
We all have angst in
It
high
was
school.
Fucking angst.
You didn't
dude.
know what you were doing.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, but well, like I wasn't like I was having a crisis when it came to like what am I gonna do. I thought I was just gonna skateboard and chill. I never like cared about that. But I think there was like it was sort of kickstarted by spite, probably, and
The
just,
network spiked?
no, like literal spite.
Oh.
Out of spite.
Oh, spite.
Yeah.
I think you said spiked. Spite. What were you?
I was just like, there's so many like really good bands
Oh.
around in like other high schools and stuff, and I'm like, these people are all like so cool, and I'm like, fuck. At the time, I was like, okay, what the hell? I can make music and release it too.
They were making records or music and
Yeah, everyone's in
distributing.
like bands and shit, and like I don't know. What actually happened was pretty much I was in a relationship, and then I wasn't in a relationship, and I saw this person was dating someone who was in a band.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like,
Mhm.
and like I was like, I was such a shitty like shitbag back then because I just like couldn't get over this person for the longest time. Because it's like your first, my first like real long term relationship.
Sure, I've been there. I've had that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really fucking wish I could have dealt with it in a better way.
Well, what happened? You want to prove them wrong? Did they end the relationship? The person?
Yeah, they did.
And
but
so,
like,
that's bad. You want to prove them wrong.
But like, it wasn't like. Of course, it wasn't fully fueled by this.
Yeah,
I mean
sure.
that was like definitely like a little piece of it, and like I do, like, pay some favor to that.
Sure.
But and just like hearing so much good like instrumental music, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna start now. And Seamus, just the timing was good because it was a very good distraction, right?
Right, yeah, because you were having trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what was the instrumental music you heard? Who was it by?
Guy named Nujabes, because this is from an anime. Another big reason, because there's like several reasons, dude, why I started making music. But
Yeah, this is what I want to get at.
most inspirational was like the first anime I heard first anime soundtrack that like really got it was a guy named Nujabes. He's like a hip hop instrumentalist that died. And I was just blown away by how good, like, it was just like jazzy hip hop. That was a big one, and that's when I started making like hip hop beats.
You started making hip hop beats,
yeah,
for people to
no, just
rap over, just for yourself,
because
okay.
like I was introduced to like, I didn't hear Dilla till like later.
I see. Okay, yeah.
I was like introduced to like instrumentals. I'm like, well, you can just listen to music as instrumentals. Like, this is interesting.
Yeah. Did you feel like you had things you wanted to say in some way, like actual words?
Oh, like rap or
ideas or sing? Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Every day I still want to, but I can't.
Which one?
Rap. Well, sing mostly because I couldn't rap. I don't think I could rap. That's something I like. No, I just will not.
Have you ever tried rapping?
Yeah.
Did you write some stuff down and try to rap it?
Yeah, it was hilarious. I'm like, that's not gonna be my field. I'd rather sing, but I can't.
Did you find when you would try to rap that you kind of turned into like a tough guy?
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck? Why do I?
It's weird, right? When you attack rapping for the first time or attempt it, you can't help but make yourself sound tough. You could be rapping about anything, but there's just something about attacking it for the first time. I don't know who you listen to. Do you like hip hop music?
Yeah, I like.
You love hip hop music. So did you have hip hop MCs that you liked growing up or now even?
Just like what my friends would listen to.
Okay, anything?
Just what my friends would listen to, because like everyone liked hip hop.
Sure.
Before like it became about like sort of the more rock star trap stuff, because that's still new. That's still new for me,
right?
And a lot of my friends, like,
but like MCs,
we liked stuff like A Tribe Called Quest,
right?
And
sure.
like, yeah, Tribe Called Quest.
Me too. Huge for me.
All the old school hip hop.
But there was something about whenever I've tried to rap in public or God forbid, write my own raps and try to recite them in public, I noticed, and someone pointed out to me too, it's hard not to sound like a wannabe tough guy.
Yeah, that's what happens. You transform, man.
It's odd because I've also sung, and I don't think I appropriated a persona.
Yeah.
I mean, depending on the style of the song, you might sing a certain way or try to sing to the tune. But I mean,
I feel like you would have a nice singing voice.
Oh, that's kind of you to say. My kids sometimes agree. My daughters, if I ever start singing, just because I sing to myself all the time when I'm doing the dishes or making breakfast for them, my daughter, who's 2, will say, "Papa, stop it. Stop it, Papa. I want to watch my yucky show." She watches these crappy things on... My wife taught her how to use the iPad, and she watches like these weird... They're made-up infomercials, like fake infomercials. Like for the toys related to the cartoon. So she'll watch like a Paw Patrol, like someone in their house in a chair much like yours probably, just makes a fake scene with the Paw Patrol toys. And we used to call it, my wife would say, "Don't watch that. It's a yucky show." Now every morning my daughter will say, "I want to watch yucky shows."
Yucky show.
So she just stares at the thing, and every time I want to stop it, but it's hard. She's very stubborn. Anyway, I don't know where we went awry. Oh, rapping. Yeah. You tried rapping, wasn't for you, but wasn't for me. Singing
it's just so specific, right? Because my voice is so low. I have such a small range as well. I swear to God, I'm a producer. I'm fucking tone deaf.
Are you sure?
Probably. I'm not sure. But
you might not be tone deaf.
I don't actually think I am.
You're not
I'm just joking around.
Yeah, okay. Well, it can be... Have you sung in public? Like on stage?
Oh, hell no.
You wouldn't do it?
No.
You tried here in your home?
I've tried here. I tried today before you got here. not working for me, dude. I sing in a this thing. I sing in a talking voice. I haven't found like my singing voice.
Well, maybe that's your voice. No, like maybe your singing voice is a talking voice.
But it doesn't sound good.
You don't like it?
Yeah, it doesn't sound.
Because you've got a bunch of guest singers on your latest record.
Yeah.
And who is it? You got
Ali.
Ali. You got Young Gov.
Claremont sort of sings. He's rapping.
Yeah, Claremont. Is that a free? It's not a freestyle. It just seems very free. Do you know?
Yeah.
Oh, you don't even know what they did, right? Because you just gave them the tracks, and they kind of all the singers. Did they come up with their own lyrics and everything?
Yeah.
You didn't have any input in that.
No. I just trust them. They're my friends.
So the content has nothing to do with anything you like when you.
Well, with Claremont, I was actually going through another breakup when I wrote when I made the instrumental for "It's Okay, I Promise," the song I did with Claremont. And I told him about it. I'm like, yeah, I'm just going through a shitty breakup.
Oh, so
but he wrote about relationships as well.
Yeah, he did.
So that one was related. Yeah, but
Okay.
Vertigo and So Far From Home, that was just them writing about their. Ali wanted to try something poppy, and Young Gov is just Young Gov.
Young Gov is Young Gov. Yeah. So Claremont, because the song that Claremont does is about conflict.
Yeah.
His conflicted feelings towards. I mean, that's my reading of it.
Yeah.
Conflicted feelings towards the person that he's dealing with. Is that anything you conveyed to him? Is that how you were feeling?
Yeah, pretty much. I was like,
Huh. So he took your story and turned it into a thing.
yeah. And he actually, because I sent him the instrumental called "It's Okay, I Promise," forgetting to rename it to like Instrumental for Claremont.
Oh.
And he actually wrote a song with the title.
Oh.
So he didn't rename it, which is pretty funny.
What? So he didn't know the name, but what?
No. He I gave him the instrumental with like in the like the wave file.
Yeah.
Or the MP3. For those that don't know what a wave is.
Well, it's a better version of an MP3.
It's a better version of MP3.
Yeah.
So I tried to tell someone what a wave was. I was like, oh, just send me a wave file.
They didn't know what a
They
wave
didn't
file
know
was?
what a wave file was.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. Well, that's weird. They probably didn't know much about anime either. Anyway, so you send him the file and it's named what?
It was named "It's Okay, I Promise."
Oh.
And he like wrote. I think he just wrote the song around the name.
Oh, interesting. Well, that's
It's
fascinating.
pretty genius.
Yeah.
It was genius.
So, but you appear vocally at various various times on the record. Do you?
No,
Not at all.
no.
That's not you saying "What's up" in the what's that song called?
A right hook?
Yeah.
No,
that's
not
not
me.
you. Okay.
That's
I
not me.
thought that might be you. I thought that would be funny if that was your only vocal. Is you just been like, "What's up?" Well, that's a hard thing when you are you a lyric writer? Are you a songwriter?
I like writing some lyrics, yeah, because I want to write for like pop and stuff to give to other people,
Right.
and then be responsible for a pop song, but not have to take any of the flack if it's bad.
So, but you didn't write any lyrics for this?
No,
this
not
record.
this one.
Okay, so
Not
you
this one.
because
they were my friends. I feel like going into like that's something I'd tell people prior, be like, "Yo, sing this."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But the like everyone was like, we were just friends chilling. It wasn't that serious.
right.
Yeah.
Okay, so I mean that's an interesting. Like, so you do you consider yourself more of a music producer than anything else? I mean, what's the
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally. I just like I've been using the word instrumentalist like very wrongly because when I thought instrumentalist, I thought it was someone who makes instrumentals.
Oh no, no, it's just anyone who can play an instrument.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah. So when I think music producer, I'd say music producer.
So you make your and so you've switched. You started out doing kind of sample based stuff. Do you do that anymore?
Yeah.
You're still
sometimes, yeah.
you're doing sample.
But like I was doing edits before. Like I'll just sample stuff, but I actually play the piano.
You're playing stuff.
Yeah,
now.
like it's like Checkpoint Titanium wasn't sampled.
No, that's right.
Yeah,
That's what it was a distinction. I think a
Yeah.
lot of people noticed that.
It was good. I'm glad that it's good that people noticed it wasn't sampled. But yeah, I love sampling. You see.
Right.
I've been sampling lately from like sample libraries from the 80s,
Oh, okay.
so I can not have to fucking go around.
It's free.
It's not free, but it's just like
It's done?
that you can contact them.
Oh, okay.
And be like, I'm going to use this, and they're like half of them are like Creative Commons ones,
Right,
because they were
okay.
for old media.
Right.
from the 80s. So they're old records. There's one hung at the wall, Bruton Music.
Yeah.
Bruton Music.
Yeah.
It's like a big sample library.
Oh, okay.
They have like 100, I think hundreds of those types of records.
Okay.
So those are like specifically if you wanted like, I think they have some that are Foley, but there's just background music for old shows. From,
Wow.
like, the
Okay. So you can
70s
just
on.
grab that stuff
Yeah.
and build a new song around it.
Yeah,
kind of
exactly.
Thing. Okay.
Or
So-
use it for inspiration at least.
We've talked about a few of the people that are on Checkpoint Titanium. Is it important for you as a producer, as an artist, to reflect your community in Toronto?
Yeah, totally.
That's a big
That's why like everyone was from Toronto on the old album. On not the old album, the new album, Checkpoint Titanium.
Well, it's been out a year. It's been out almost a year now, hasn't
it's
it?
been out a
Came
year.
out like last September or something?
10 months ago, I think.
10 months ago.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah, because looking at it today, I was like, oh, 10 months.
10 months.
Yeah.
And you put like how much? Didn't you put like 4 months into it or something?
Yeah, it was like 6.
6 months into
Yeah.
it. And yeah, that's anyway. Why is it important to? I mean, this might be an obvious question, but like some people are like, I just happen to live in this place, and I have some friends. But like, is it important for you to make like a Toronto statement? That seems to be a thing.
Like I think it's like there's little pockets in Toronto, so you want to sort of like help represent your pocket of
Sure.
Toronto. Like this is like the Groove Kids. It's like Claremont and Alley, and like if I could get River Tiber and like Charlotte on it, I would try. Or Daniel Caesar. They're hard to get on stuff.
Is it hard to get Charlotte on stuff?
I don't know. Probably. I mean,
Are you talking which Charlotte are you
Charlotte
talking?
Day Wilson.
Okay, just making sure.
Um,
She's on like
I
a
need to
thing.
like ask them, but
Yeah.
they're like all like actually like these are
Higher level.
yeah these are higher level
Higher
artists.
level, not than you, but they're ascending.
They're like these are like EMI might as well be EMI artists sort of thing,
Right.
and like it's just they're busy, but I mean I love that pocket. They're a pocket as well, like Daniel Caesar, River Tiber, and Charlotte. I look at and I'm like, these are all like kings and queens of this like
Yeah.
the natural soul sounding part of Toronto.
I feel like Toronto culturally has gone through a lot of change over the last 20 years in particular, and it used to be its identity I think was underreported, and then for some reason certain bands broke through. Well, Drake, but also on an indie rock level, lots of bands kind of put Toronto on the worldwide map, and that of course made local. I'm generalizing here because I think there were lots of hardworking local media and hardworking artists and promoters trying to showcase what was going on here. But it does seem like in the last 5 to 10 years, particularly in the kind of music you're making, Toronto is really assertively creating an identity for itself.
Yeah, I agree.
And I even in recent, like I keep coming across younger artists who seem very inspired by like Bad Bad Not Good, and Drake. You mentioned Drake, of course, and 40 and all those people that are creating these sounds. Do you feel like a part of that thing? Do you feel like you say it's important for you to represent pockets of Toronto?
Yeah.
Like, are you part of that wave? Are you part of a wave I don't know about? Like, do you know?
When I look, like, because I personally think it's like there's not like the Drake side of things, like the sort of like singer, rapper, R&B thing.
Yeah.
I think there's like Ali. When I look at like Ali, there's a producer named The Count, or a guy named Birthday Boy, or even like there's these other. I'm name dropping people that you might not know, but they're like these like producers in Toronto, and we all make somewhat similar music.
Yeah,
and,
right.
Like, the similar sound.
Right.
And like it's just like a more like chilled out, groove oriented like pocket, I'll say. So like Ali, have you heard of Bazaar?
Yeah.
Bazaar, yeah. I want to just name drop them all. Are like think of the names, but I'm sorry, I'm drawing a blank.
No, that's okay.
I'm sorry.
I mean,
That
part of what I'm getting at, or what I was trying to get at, and I didn't really articulate it very well, is I think that what I'm hearing in this, I don't want to oversimplify this or generalize or be reductive, but we are a city that's known for being kind of multicultural.
Mm-hmm.
And I think when you're in a multicultural city, if you are open and receptive to that environment, you're going to be an open an open music listener.
True,
open-eared music listener.
That's a good way to think of it.
Yeah, and so what I think is, for a long time, Toronto has felt like, in my observation, as someone who's never lived here but often visited, and sometimes you can really get to know a city when you don't live in it, because I think when you're in it, you don't really realize maybe what's happening sometimes.
Yeah.
And I think that there's been a chip on its shoulder as it's tried to assert an identity for itself. And when you're in a multicultural city, that can be difficult to do, to kind of send something out into the world that is truly representative of a city that is multifaceted and has multiple identities.
Yeah.
But what I'm hearing more and more in the music made by people like yourself rather, and your friends and Drake and other people, is, it's, again, this might sound stupid, but it feels like multicultural. Like, it feels like it is.
I don't think it sounds stupid.
Well,
I think that's pretty accurate.
But
I
it
think
took a while for that to
would
happen.
I think a lot of people would be extremely flattered to hear that.
Okay.
Because that like, for Checkpoint Titanium, at least, that was supposed to be like leaning towards a compilation.
Yes.
Like, you know what I mean? I didn't want, with that, like, I've sort of changed a bit, but with that, I didn't want it to be like a theme-based album.
Yeah.
It was supposed to sound like, here is what I do across the board of music. It's like, it's not like, I don't want to just show you funk. I want to show you that song I do with Seamus, which is like this. I'm not trying to boost my own album, but I mean, like, it was a different sounding song from the rest of the album.
Yeah.
Or a song like You and I, or getting like Allie on the record to do like an almost pop song. It's like she doesn't make that. She just released. Shout out to Allie, by the way. She just released her new.
Yeah, I've been hearing lots about Allie.
Yeah, her new LP, her debut. But she makes like more soul, chilled out stuff. So that's to hear that, to be like, oh, it's Toronto's having their artists sound. Their artists are making music that sounds multicultural, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know why I hesitate to use that term exactly, but I do feel like that's. Like, just seems like that there's been this nice dovetailing of Toronto really being recognized for what it is.
Yeah.
While at the same time, I mean, I mostly come from, I mean, I've always listened, I'm very immersed, I was quite immersed in Toronto's hip-hop community, but I also am very immersed in its sort of underground or subversive music community. And because of that, I think I've been exposed to lots of different things, lots of different sounds, and I just feel like the things that you're doing and your record, like, I feel like it's a nice reflection of a time when we should be more open to each other. You know what I mean?
Thanks, man. That means a lot.
Yeah.
That means a ton. Thank you so much.
Well, when you say you wanted to make a compilation, I also think it dovetails with the way the rest of the world now listens to music and consumes culture, which is like it's not cool to be just a metal person or just a hip hop person. You're supposed to.
Well, think of like the rap music is right now is like, it is crazy because rap music somehow morphed with like punk and like metal and like you know, like all the kids I would see at like a little Yachty show were the same kids that really liked I don't fucking know, like Less Than Jake or something.
Sure,
like Blink-182 or something. Not even, no, that's not like, I know, maybe like metalheads and stuff. I'm sorry, I'm no,
I think I do.
You know what I'm trying to say.
I think so,
right?
And I think that 20 years ago, some of the more adventurous music programmers, festival curators were starting to make their programming reflect different genres of music, different cultural backgrounds. And I think when you're at an event like that as a young person, it actually has a huge impact on you. If you can see people like yourself doing something,
Yeah.
whether they are your same complexion, whether they might be from the same cultural heritage as you, it empowers you to try to do stuff yourself.
Yeah.
And I think what I guess I'm saying is this has been a long game, and I'm starting to see the fruits of all of that work come out.
Yeah.
And I mean, your record reflects that. Young Gov, like, there's just people doing stuff that I think really is reflective of that mindset now.
Good.
Which I think is good, right?
I think
it's not a
it's
bad
good.
thing. These aren't questions anymore. I'm just making observations.
No, that's
But
okay.
Yeah, yeah.
That's okay.
Do you have an? Like, I'm not sure if someone listened to Checkpoint Titanium, they would think of you as having necessarily a discordant or edgier musical side. Like, I think there's some of that there, but it's mostly kind of pop oriented. It's mostly pretty like it's upbeat. I don't know.
Major key.
Yeah. Do you have that side of you?
Like a
darker side? Is there an edgier side to Harrison?
Yeah, I think so. I just don't think I'd ever release it at this point. Like, cause like.
Oh, you've actually recorded things?
Yeah, totally. I just mean it's stuff that like I don't even like.
Oh,
I'm like, why would I release this if I don't like that?
Well,
I don't want to release
you
something I
seem
don't
like a guy that has you're in touch with your emotions for better or for worse.
I
And
think so.
when you're in a funk, so to speak, or when you're not feeling great, do you turn to
Oh, totally, all the
composition?
time.
Like, do you
that
start
or video games?
video games?
Yeah, dude. Oh
You-
my god, my video games saved my life. Not literally, but I mean, like I met some dudes from Ajax at a show once. It's like people who liked my music
Yeah.
came to his show.
Yeah.
And I was joking, like, oh, you guys got like a PS4, like a PlayStation 4. And they're like, yeah. But like, I would play video games with these guys like every night in like a bad period of my life.
Oh,
Like,
so you tend to look for escapism from everything, not you.
but I do turn to music as
You
well.
do
I'm
turn
just
to music.
segueing a bit.
Okay,
being like,
I understand.
Oh, yeah, like I also, yeah, there's different sort of ways of, yeah, video games have helped. But I end up making, I don't make like sad music when I'm sad.
Yeah, you
Like,
make happier music.
Make like just regular, chilled, happier music.
Is that therapeutic?
I think so, because
Helps
it's like
you?
something to be proud of.
Right.
At the end of it, when you feel shitty, you just want to like, feel like you're not to feel not that way. You gotta go do something. Some
Right.
people will like go and drink. I go and see their friends, but I just want something to get done when I'm feeling upset.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I'm upset again. The longer I'm upset, there's a chance that I'll stay in this funk and not do anything.
You might as well make something.
Yeah, so I was like, I might as well. It's there. It's my computer.
Huh. So that darker, edgier stuff that you've created and not released.
That's just been me trying to emulate stuff.
Oh, is that what it is?
Like being like, oh, that's a cool sound. I want to try doing that. But I'm like, this is
Too derivative?
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
not for me.
Okay. So the record came out. Checkpoint Titanium came out, like we said, like 10 months ago
Yeah,
or
10
something
months
like
ago.
that. How was the reception to it? Did you feel like people got it?
I think so. It was a lot better than I thought it was going to be.
You were worried.
I wasn't necessarily worried. I was just like, here you go.
Right. Sure.
I was like, here you go.
Were you
I
feeling
didn't-
pressure?
No, that's the thing,
Okay.
because I didn't have some mind. I try and like not have hopes for like anything. Not like I just try. Justin, my manager,
Yeah, Justin
is
Parrott.
very good at. He like when what it's helped me a lot because he instead of like telling me, yo, we might get this or this might happen, he only tells me stuff when it is confirmed.
Well, of course. What kind of manager wouldn't do that?
I know
Yeah.
several managers who were like, oh, this might happen. It's like,
Right.
what the dog? Like,
And then it doesn't happen.
it doesn't happen for some from friends of mine, and I'm like sitting there feeling terrible for these people. But like, it's so sick because I got like surprises.
Yeah.
It's like awesome surprises. Justin will be like, "You're playing Oshiega, by the way." Yeah, I'm like, I've never even been.
Oh, nice.
Let alone like been able to play. That's like amazing.
Right.
I'm so excited. But with what the fuck? How did I segue like that?
Well, I was
Anyway.
asking you about expectations.
Yeah, expectations. So,
for the
so
record.
for the album, I sort of was like, let's see what happens when it comes out. I didn't
Yeah.
expect it to be like, this is Like I just didn't expect.
But you have you have Justin. You mentioned with the record, you had a bit of an infrastructure. Like you have a label and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They everyone's helpful. Everything was it did better than I thought it would.
Right. Okay.
Did better than I thought it would, and I was extremely happy about that.
Good. No, I mean it's great. It's an excellent record. Do you? I mean, we're in your home studio now, and when I got here, you said you were a little frustrated by something you were working on.
Yeah, I'm working on this. I'm just working on this because I'm trying to work on another record.
Yeah.
It's the first time I've actually said that I'm trying to work. I just think it's obvious when musicians are always
musicians are generally often working on records. Yeah.
So yeah, I'm working on another record. I have been for the past 2 months. The way I make music is like sometimes I'll make it and sometimes I don't for like a month. Which is like, I used to open what I was saying when I was younger, I used to make music like every day so much, but now I don't. But then there'll be, like with Checkpoint Titanium, I'm in like a mode.
Yeah.
Where I sit down every day and actually am excited to make music. So, yeah.
So you're not someone who can really be creative on a deadline. You're creative when you feel creative.
Yeah, and luckily enough, I'm in like one of those. They last until something's done.
Right. So how far along are you I know you're frustrated by what you're working on, but how far along are you on a record at this point?
I think I'm pretty close.
To being done?
Like halfway.
Halfway done?
Yeah. But
wow.
I don't know, because it depends. Like with Checkpoint Titanium, I made like 45 songs and then cut it down sort of thing.
So what happened to all the other songs?
They're just sitting around.
Are they feasible? Like are they like...
Yeah, like they're in folders.
Could you you abandon them for Checkpoint? It's a weird thing because you make a lot of people. Well, not a lot of people. If you're lucky, you can do that. You can make like, hey, I made 30 songs for this 12-song record I owe to a company or whatever. But and in some cases, there's a history of like prolific artists. Eventually, they'll release all that stuff.
Yeah,
maybe or they'll explain that the reason some of that stuff didn't make it onto the record that they eventually put out is because it just didn't fit thematically or something like that.
That's usually...
Is that what happened with you?
That's a big reason.
Yeah, so but they're not...
song I really wanted to go on Checkpoint Titanium sounded too similar to a song I had on Checkpoint.
Oh, right.
So I was like, fuck. And I think that might go on the new record.
Oh, it might go on the new one.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So when you say you're halfway done, it's conceivable you got some of that done.
Yeah, there's also like other stuff I can... And like, I'll send a lot of songs to Justin that just aren't done at all. But lately, this is a new thing I'm doing. Is just completely finishing songs and being like, here's a full song.
Right.
Like, here's a full song. Instead of sending him like 40-second clips of something I'm working on, being like, should I continue to work on this?
Oh, he's your primary sounding board, Justin?
He's my girlfriend, Seamus.
Yeah.
Seamus is someone he's very good at listening to music and like so much music and understands why music sounds good. He's a very important person that I send music to.
I see.
And show to. And like I'll show him new music and like watch his face.
Right.
While like we're listening to it. And like the songs that he Justin's opinion, of course, is like him, Josh McIntyre from Prince Innocence, but Seamus for sure, like his opinion is the one that I count on when it comes to stuff.
Okay.
So
they're the things you've sent out to them, you've gotten good feedback on.
Yeah, or like stuff I'll send it to Justin as like shorter clips and then continue to make. But stuff for Checkpoint Titanium was like all them.
Right.
Basically.
Great. So you have a little crew.
Yeah.
A quality control crew.
Yeah.
They're making sure everything's okay. So is when you say Justin says you're playing Osheaga, has that happened? Is that this year that you're playing Osheaga?
That's soon. That's like a couple weeks.
A couple weeks. You're playing Osheaga, which is just outside of Montreal.
Yeah.
What else is coming up for you? You want to check your phone? No, I'm just curious if you know. Do you have a bunch of tour dates and stuff?
Well, I just came back from Asia.
How was that?
It was crazy. I was having bad anxiety.
Where did you play in Asia? That's a big continent.
Oh, China, Taiwan, and Korea.
Oh.
So 3 places in China.
And what was the reception like there?
It's crazy, dude. I was like, what the I was fucked up over that because I was like, how am I feeling? Like I played a Baby G show for Prison Prize, which I probably should have promoted better, but it was like 20 people in Toronto, and
Right.
then there's like a sold out like 300 people person show in
Yeah.
Beijing. I was like, what the fuck's going on? I was like, that's the beauty of SoundCloud, though. It's like,
Do you know if your music does well there, like sales wise or play wise?
Well, I was asking like the promoter guy. He said it does, which I was like, okay.
I've heard this from a number of Canadian artists.
Yeah, it's
That
odd.
they go over there, they go to China or something, and they're not expecting much, and the response is, like you say, it's more overwhelming than the town they live in,
Yeah, I was like,
or the town they played
Yeah.
in 20 times or something. Yeah, I feel like all bets are off in terms of, like I started to say near the beginning of this, you and I have an age difference where, and that means that my understanding of how to make it, or like I understand what's going on right now, I think, because I just pay attention. But when I was your age and trying to be a musician, you just had to do certain things. It felt like you had to do certain things, and those included practicing and playing shows and getting someone to mass produce the record that very few people were going to end up buying. And now you represent a generation that's like, I made a thing. I'm going to post it on the internet right away. So you have this instantaneous distribution method, and it goes to China, among other places, and you might have an audience all right away.
It was amazing.
And yeah.
My parents were shook when they found it.
Yes.
Because they're like, this wouldn't be possible. Like,
exactly. Yeah.
this just wouldn't be possible.
Exactly.
like
So
20
it's
years
it's a new paradigm.
It's fucked.
Or it's the paradigm.
ago. Yeah.
now.
It's cool, man. But like, again, this is why I like, as much as every day I want to just fucking upload something on YouTube or SoundCloud, I'm just like, I just want to release music. But it's good. It's like, going back to that. It's like, I'm happy. That's like, here's that. Now wait and be patient. There's millions of artists. Hopefully you can make it special by spacing out releases.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Because it's like, hey, you can listen to me. And then you're done with that. You can listen to some other shit.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
It's like Netflix. Like, fuck. There's a show called that you should probably watch. It's sick. It's called, I really liked it. Sorry, this is my opinion. It's called Friends from College.
Yeah. I've seen I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah,
I started watching Glow.
I finished Glow too.
We have not finished
Shit's
Glow.
off the chain,
Yeah,
dude.
Glow is
I liked
amazing.
it so much.
I love it too. Alison Bries and Maron. Mark Maron's great.
Mark Maron? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny because Mark Maron plays Mark Maron.
He basically is playing a version of his old, guy, the guy he used to be, where with the problems and
I
the
was
substance
like,
abuse and
"This Mark Maron.
yeah, he's great in it, and Alison Brie's great, and I don't know the actress who I just read a profile of
The
her.
American who plays the American one.
Yeah, it's the woman who.
Oh yeah, I've never. heard
Anyway,
of it.
she's great. They're all great.
They're
It's
great.
great. Well, my wife and I were watching it, but we have to finish it. But anyway, yeah, Glow's great, and I've heard that
Because I watched them sort of back to back.
Sure.
Because again, this is the binging thing.
the
It's
binging.
like,
I try not to binge.
it's over.
I try
I
not
gotta
to.
watch something else.
I try to take little breaks. I don't feel like it's healthy. The same
It's
way you
definitely
came
not.
to the
It's
conclusion
definitely
with your music processing. I
But
need
Glow's
time.
Good.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, so
try out Friends from College.
why did you bring that up?
I was going somewhere with it,
Yes.
and I can't remember why.
What were we
but
talking about? Maybe Reach.
I think we were talking about spacing out stuff.
Spacing out
Yeah,
stuff.
I was
Oh
like,
yeah,
like,
releases. Right.
Well, it's like I finished that, and I gotta wait now.
Yes.
I gotta wait. But there's other stuff to watch. on
Yeah.
Netflix.
That's the age we live in too.
You know
It's
what I
a
mean?
you can thrive by it or die by it. I
Exactly.
think, and you're doing well.
I'm okay. Yeah, I'm okay. That's the thing. It's like best part of being a producer though is like I don't have to. It's not one of those things where maybe there might be in my time where it's like, oh, I'm like really popular for a bit, and then like
Yeah.
every artist, you're popular and you're not. But the best part of being as a producer is like, even if I do get popular at points, there's always people who need production.
Yeah. They need beats. They need music.
There's
yeah.
always people who need beats, and
So-
I want to write like music for pop and stuff.
So,
Eventually.
but like beyond like your records and the stuff you've released, have you worked with people we would know or on songs we would know, like by
you and
just like other artists? Like, have you actually given your stuff to people that
I'm actually new to that.
you're new to
It's
it?
something I want to do, but
Right.
like I'm slowly, like I just produced for Ali, but Ali produced for me.
Yeah.
But not like big names.
Okay,
I
okay.
would love
You're
like
trying to-
I've gotten emails asking for. They're just people are super dodgy when it comes to asking for like beats.
Oh,
for
people have asked
and
you for
stuff.
beats.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like some people from like bigger companies
Huh.
that I guess I shouldn't name.
No, don't name them. Justin will be mad. But
Like
you,
they'll be mad.
yeah.
But I'm like, what the fuck? What kind of email is that? Like I would ask for like a zipped up thing of like music,
Oh.
like instrumentals. Be like, we need it by
They might want to rip you off.
maybe.
Like just bite your stuff.
Could be.
Yeah, don't do that.
No, but I mean like actual representatives. Right?
Oh, I see. Okay.
But yeah, that's something I really want. I'm just trying. I'm trying right now. There's
Yeah.
people like who I really want to produce for Anderson .Paak.
Oh, okay.
And like it was funny. I tweeted at him. I'm like, hey, dude, you wanna work on a funk song? And he followed me. So I was like, okay. He followed me on Twitter. That's a step.
Yeah.
And I actually uploaded something to Google Drive and just put it in his like
You
direct.
DM'd
message.
it. Oh,
DM.
okay.
Well, he follows me. I'm like, I might as well DM.
And
Well, I don't think he hasn't read it.
right.
So I don't know.
Right.
I don't know how much he's on Twitter because he follows like 2,000 people. That's still a
That's
lot
not
of
that
people.
many.
But there's
It's more than me.
Still people DMing him. Probably.
It's more than I follow. Yeah, that's right. Oh, yeah,
Mhm.
that's right. They're all DMing him all the time.
So it's like maybe he'll see it, maybe he won't.
It's a weird world that way. Yeah.
But the follow, I was like, maybe this like, something can happen.
I
out of
get
this.
followed by people I admire sometimes, and it's pretty exciting.
Yeah, so I'm like, hopefully, but like, anyway, that's sort of a sad story.
No, it's not. It just you've got the drive. You've got the ambition to want to work with bigger people.
I really one day.
Yeah.
But right now, I'll just hopefully just try and get a little more popular. Then once you're popular, maybe you'll be in demand.
Yeah.
And
So you
then
got
That's when
Oshiaga.
your foot's in the door.
Yeah, exactly. You mentioned, or I mentioned Oshiaga. Was there? Do you have more dates? Do you have more?
Well, I'm playing Scratch Bastards. Sorry, playing Scratch Bastards barbecue tomorrow.
Oh, sweet.
That's gonna be fun. Super Crawl in Hamilton.
Oh, yeah. Was Seamus going to join you from Hamilton? Seamus Hamilton from Hamilton? Will he join you?
I think he actually is gonna be playing.
He's gonna be playing?
I think he's
Okay.
doing something for Super Crawl.
Okay.
In Hamilton.
Right.
James Hamilton playing in Hamilton.
I mean, if people wanted to learn more about Harrison on the internet and like learn your tour dates and all that stuff, where would they go? What's like an address? An URL?
just Twitter, I guess.
Twitter?
Prod by Harrison.
Prod by Harrison.
Yeah, and then my
Don't give your email out. That would
not
be
my
weird.
email, my website, harrisonisalive.com.
Harrison is alive.
Yeah.
Was there some question about that? Whether you were alive?
I just because that was my email for the
Oh,
longest time.
okay,
Yeah, for
okay.
the longest time. I don't even know why it's my email. It's still my email.
It's not morbid because it's the opposite, but at the same time it's weird.
Yeah.
It makes me think of the opposite. HarrisonIsAlive.com?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, man.
Is there a song from Checkpoint Titanium that we can go out on right now? I ask my guests to pick songs. Is there something that you want people to hear?
How about So Far From Home featuring Young Gov?
No, why did you pick that one?
Because I was going to pick You and I, but I'd like to have a featured song, someone with singing on it.
So tell
Yeah,
me
Joe.
a little bit about what did Young Gov do here? Is this a similar thing where he had the title of the song in the wave?
No, that one was
Okay.
different. That was different. I forget what it was called before I sent it to him. Definitely wasn't called So Far From Home. Something else. It was something
Something
stupid.
else,
It's
okay.
something stupid.
Did he explain to you what was going on with the song?
the
Because it's kind of
song?
ridiculous. It's kind of heartfelt, but when you listen closer to the lyrics, it's a little silly.
Yeah, no, that's the best part. I was like, because I like laugh at it, but I still think it's like a banger.
Yeah.
He's talking about he's got this car. It's like a Honda.
Yeah.
I guess it was his grandma's car because it's a lyric. My grandma's sick and she left me the keys to the whip.
Yeah.
And he called it the toaster, but it's like this like one of those square Hondas.
Oh, the Element?
Yeah, the Honda Element.
Is it that giant, like it's sort of a van, it's sort of like an SUV,
Yeah, the Element.
the
yeah.
Honda Element.
I think
Okay.
it's an Element.
Okay. Yeah, it's totally square, right? It's like a square, it's like a small,
It came out in like 2006.
yeah,
or
yeah,
something.
they're weird. I
Yeah,
don't-
they're
yeah.
So yeah, he's talking about that. I don't know if he's talking about like cheating on a girlfriend or
Right. Okay.
like I've listened to it 100 times, and I like still just like okay, nobody should be this so far from home. We actually performed that in Asia, which was funny.
With him? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
He was my tour manager.
Oh, okay.
He performed in Beijing at like the big show.
Right.
At the best show I've ever had.
Right.
And we were singing it. It was like a jam. It was, but he's like, it's so far from home, and we're in China, so very far from home.
I see.
So and it was funny.
Well, Ben's funny. He's a funny guy, that Young Gov. All right, so this is So Far From Home featuring Young Gov from the Harrison record, Checkpoint Titanium. Harrison, this was an immense pleasure. Thank you for having me in your beautiful workspace in your parents' house, and I wish you the best of luck with everything.
Thanks for coming, man. I appreciate it.
Pull up beside me and I'll tell you my name's Ben. Could be your uncle or daddy, don't care what you call me. I can take you out, I know a place. My grandma is sick and she lends me the keys to the whip. All of the guys you know shady, I got the lifestyle and I only wanna make you smile. 'Cause we feel so lost out here alone. Everybody should feel this, so far from home. And when we breathe the air in the unknown, tell me, do you even notice? So far from home. So take me somewhere now to bury my phone and tell me to roll this. Nobody seems to know where to go, so maybe let's keep it simple. Nobody has to know, no, they won't notice. Just leave us alone. Take me somewhere now to bury my phone and tell me to throw this. Nobody seems to know where to go, so maybe let's keep it simple. Nobody has to know, no, they won't notice. Just leave us alone. Last week, I put salt in my tea. Now I feel I can never return home. Cause we feel so lost out here alone. Everybody should feel this, so far from home. And when we breathe the air in the unknown, tell me, do you even notice? So far from home. So take me somewhere now to bury my phone and tell me to roll this. Nobody seems to know where to go, so maybe let's keep it simple. Nobody has to know, no, they won't notice. Just leave us alone. Take me somewhere now to bury my phone and tell me to throw this. Nobody seems to know where to go, so maybe let's keep it simple. Nobody has to know, no, they won't notice. Just leave us alone.
From his latest album, Checkpoint Titanium, that was Harrison featuring Young Gov with So Far From Home. Thank you, Harrison, for being on this show, having me into your home, and talking to me about all sorts of things. That was fun. Thank you very, very much. This is the 338th episode of Creative Control with Vish Khanna, and it's a podcast. It's available on all the podcast platforms: iTunes, Audio Boom, Google Play, Stitcher, TuneIn, Overcast, probably other things too. You can also learn more about the show and listen to every single episode on my website, vishkhanna.com. You can like Creative Control with Vish Khanna on Facebook. You can follow us on Twitter at VishCreative. I myself am at Vish Khanna. And you can listen to a version of the show every Wednesday at noon Eastern Standard Time around the world at CFRU.ca, or if you're in the KW region, CFRU 93.3 FM in Guelph, 93.3 FM on your radio if you have a radio. Just listen to us there. Also, go to patreon.com/creativecontrol to make a flexible monthly donation to keep the podcast going. And for your trouble, I can send you a t-shirt. Let's make a deal. Let's work something out. I'll send you a t-shirt. Okay? Great. Hey, this episode would not be possible without our sponsors, Pizza Trocadero, whom you can call for pickup or delivery at 519-829-2444, or check them out at trocaderoguelph.ca. The Bookshelf, an independently owned bookstore, bar, music venue, and movie theater located at 41 Quebec Street in Guelph. Learn more about them at bookshelf.ca. Planet Bean, freshly roasted, fair trade, certified organic coffee. More info about them, visit planetbeancoffee.com. And Granddad's Donuts, located at 574 James Street North in Hamilton, Ontario. Best donuts in the world. Visit granddads.ca for more info. That's it for me. Thanks for listening. Continue to do so and subscribe to the show. Download episodes, rate them, review them positively, and tell your friends about the show. And we'll just keep making them. All right? Thank you. Talk to you soon. Goodbye for now.